Brad Stutz, I don't know if you heard Tommy Thomas say it, but he called Mason Maddox out of the ring and told the referee, you don't need him in the ring to start this bout.
Well, technically he is correct. Double drop kick from Tracer X and the revolutionary Darius Lockhart. It is one fall. Fatal four-way action to kick us off. Welcome, cover, another quick one. Welcome to Scout's Honor Over for Life. Live from Charlotte, North Carolina, into the sunset, Tracer X and Darius Lockhart declaring themselves the two legal men inside Cradle. Great ring positioning from both these men, avoiding the ropes.
And quick covers by both these superstars to the surprise of nobody. In a match like this, it's almost a disadvantage to not be the first one in the ring, because if you have these two starting, it could be over like that.
Absolutely. James Drake was ready and willing and able to break up that rolling cradle that was happening, but he never got the opportunity. They broke apart instead. Very interesting dynamics in this matchup that we are going to see in play. Tracer X throws his whole body at James Drake, takes him down. Lockhart and Mason Maddox, the two youngest men in this match, both of them with only a couple of years of experience. Tracer X, what I like to call a young veteran. He's still a young man, but he has got nearly a decade of professional experience. And then you got James Drake. James Drake has been on so many regional promotions, so many federations all over the region, all over the Mid-Atlantic for so many years. Does somebody like James Drake want this win more than a young man? James Drake has got to make something happen in his professional career. The sooner the better. He does not have the time that these young men have.
You know, Brad, it appears to me that the Tommy Thomas may have finally got into the head of Mason Maddox. We're seeing a much more determined, a more focused Mason Maddox than we've seen in recent weeks.
Well, you know, there's two sides to that. What's the point in having a manager, having an advisor if you're not going to take the advice? And then, you know, what's the point in letting someone else dictate your behavior, dictate your strategy in a match? Maybe Mason Maddox, like I said, still young in his career. We have to stop ourselves still from calling him a rookie. Cover two. We still have to stop ourselves from calling him a rookie. Mason Maddox, so young in his career, maybe he wasn't really quite sure, quite frankly, how to work with a manager, what advice to take in, what advice to discount. And you're right, he may have finally figured out a winning formula for himself and Tommy Thomas.
He did not, however, find a way to block those chops of James Drake. Those chops are still up. My teeth hurt from the impact.
No, James Drake, I personally believe James Drake is the most determined wrestler of these four. Over a dozen years as a pro, and James Drake has got to make waves. He has got to make something happen sooner rather than later. It's not that he's an old man, it's that, oh boy, boom! It's the 12 years of getting beat up every night, 12 years of bumps and bruises on the body. You know, as they say, that bump card gets filled up. So I got to believe he might be the most determined of the four to win this one. But Mason Maddox throwing those kicks, I may change my mind.
Mason Maddox has been fond of that corner Rana that we just saw.
Well, if we get a good shot of it, the chest of Maddox is beat red. Another Rana. He is doing everything he can here. Oh, my!
And Drake sends Maddox over the top, but he lands on the apron. Could we see a third Rana by Maddox?
Maddox has been using that corner like it's his best friend. Oh, boy.
Running power bomb.
Stuck him with it into the cover. Two. Maddox was not moving. Tracer X had to save the matchup for everybody in this one fall affair.
Yeah, if I were Mason Maddox, I'd be sending Tracer X a thank you note for saving his rear end there.
Fruit basket.
Yeah, fruit basket would be nice.
At least a slice of pizza from the concession stand. Swing and a miss. Great athleticism from Tracer X. These two have met dozens and dozens of times. The familiarity with each other, they will know each other's big moves unless someone like Tracer X can pull out something new.
Through the ropes, but caught!
Oh, dear. Oh! Into the rope and rang his bell. Lockhart leaping knee.
Yeah, you cannot forget there are more participants in this bout.
Mason Maddox will attempt to fly here in Charlotte. Boom! All four men showing how bad they want it as the PWX chants ring out.
Back in the ring, it's Mason Maddox against James Drake.
Yeah, I was just about to say, they got to get back in the ring, though. A quadruple countout, to my knowledge, does not exist. The fall needs to occur in the ring.
God, again with the chops.
James Drake is playing for keeps with those strikes. Ducked too early. He ducked too early. Maddox knew what was happening, was able to, oh boy. Oh my. This is going to be a crash landing. Oh!
I'd say that took style.
It did take style. Into the cover, and Lockhart has to make the save. That is twice now that Mason Maddox was clearly beaten, but the other participants in the match were not down, and Lockhart is trading shots with James Drake. Ah! And an arm suplex, Drake into the buckle. Drake looking groggy. Oh, he ate a knee. Oh boy.
And a drop kick.
This is what they got to do. They got to isolate James Drake or he will knock everybody out. Lockhart may win it. 2. James Drake had to shake off all those big kicks, all those big knees. He had to shake them off in time to save the match.
Tommy Thomas getting the crowd here in Charlotte behind Mason Maddox.
This crowd is energized on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon in the Carolinas. We thank you wherever you are in the world for joining us on VOD, on the High Spots Network, or on DVD. Oh! And if you downloaded this as a torrent, shame on you. We gotta eat.
You and I especially. We're withering away to nothing here.
Pound for pound, the best team in the business. Oh boy!
Oh!
Tracer X springing out of the corner. Lockhart with the knees. Well, they used to say Stan Lane had educated feet. Lockhart may have a PhD in neology. Oh, Tommy Thomas. Ref Brewer did not see it.
Springboard DDT.
Ref Brewer did not see the interference. I'm not sure if Maddox did either. Penalty kick.
Well, he just saw the foot of James Drake.
Oh, boy. Now, here you see the psychology of this matchup. James Drake cannot afford to let Tracer X hit one of those big, high-impact moves and win the matchup. James Drake has got to take everybody out, basically.
I think James Drake is about to throw a wrestler at another wrestler.
Oh, dear.
No, it's the moonsault!
Oh, Tracer X faked him out! Boom! Got him! Cover! 2, 3! What a match!
Brad Stutz, I'm almost going to have to call that an upset for Tracer X.
We said it would be whoever used the psychology of isolating the other men best, and on this night, it was Tracer X.